the bones. The bones does not 100% prove that they're Teresa Marie Halbach's bones. You see. But they can't exclude Teresa Marie Halbach's bones. So it could be Teresa Marie Halbach's bones. However, had they been Teresa Marie Halbach's bones, they would be Teresa Halbach's bones, you see. So they're not Teresa Marie Halbach's bones. That means there's somebody else's bones. And we got a piece of the nose and an eye stalk with a freaking hole in it. And somebody murdered somebody else to put in Teresa Marie Halbach's place. You see. So the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Carmen Botwell was cremated right about that time. So you have to ask yourself this question. What is Carmen Botwell's, this bullet hole in her head, bones, doing in Stephen Avery's pit? Well, guess what? They weren't in Stephen Avery's pit. They were never on the property. What they were is they were in a box that arrived at the lab. So the entire pit is bullshit. They were never on the property. It just arrived in a box. They opened the box up, and it's Teresa Marie Halbach's bones. That's as far back as you can go with the bones. You can't go to Avery Auto Salvage. You can't go to Stephen Avery's burn pit with those bones. It's just not there. Now, they write reports. Yeah. But where's the physical evidence? Okay? Yeah. They're out there, and they're scooping those bones up with a fucking skid drive with a 5/8 bucket on it. Not a shovel. Not out there excavating with little grid marks and shit like that. Back now. So those bones just dropped out of fucking nowhere. At a crematorium. That's where they got them. Now, if those bones were burned in a crematorium, then those bones would be saturated with expended propane. Burnt propane. It would saturate the bone. The bone would be, you put bones in pickle juice, rubbery. Well, the same thing is if it burns in the crematorium. Test it, gas it, thermometer or something like that. And it comes up, propane. These were in a place where Stephen Avery and Brenda Dassey could not have burned them. You see. So this whole case is nothing but smoke and fucking mirrors. This case is done by a handful of the most complete idiots I've ever seen or heard about. Okay? These are a whole bunch of blind leading the blind, is what this is. Nothing makes sense. These people don't make sense. Making a murderer doesn't make sense, okay?